Strap yourself in,
because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite.
Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And it's live.
Good evening, junkies. How the devil are we all? Welcome along. Sloppy seconds again. I am loving the football. I tell you what, if I had to sit through a game, and it was last night's game, England women versus Spain women, or England men versus the Hungary men, I tell you which I'd sooner watch. Every day of the week, it was the England women. What a game. Lost my voice, which a lot of you were probably pleased about. Welcome along. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Please subscribe if you're on YouTube. Smash those likes as well. It does help with the algorithms. And we are here for Germany versus Austria. One other thing I would ask you to do is support the companies that support us. And back in Leicester Till I Die TV for the whole of the Women's Euros 2022 is 3retro.com. Oh, yes. If you need any retro shirts, UK teams, continental teams, international teams, get over to number 3retro.com. Got a special guest joining us tonight. Honestly, when it comes to women's football, she knows it all. Now, how can I best describe her? Well, if let me just play you this, and then you'll probably guess who it is. How do you breathe? Maisy, good evening. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, Chris. How are you? And I'm not surprised you've done that. I'm really not.
It's a regular thing I've got here now. I say
Yeah.
you should have signed the contract I offered you to get commission.
Yeah, but offered me no commission.
No, well, you missed your chance. Thanks a lot for joining us this evening. I have put a link in the description below on YouTube, but just give a shout out about your channel and where people can find you.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is Devils United. I do Manchester United content for both the men and the women's football.
Oh, short and sweet. I'm used to people going on and on. They've got like 10 different channels or what have you.
Yeah.
Now, I say the link is below in the YouTube chat, so please do get over and follow Maisy. She's a lot of non-Man United stuff as well, and certainly for the women's football, she's done some great coverage. Cyber Leader, welcome along. I am well. I hope you are too. Happy that Lingard is gone to the world's worst club. Well, I can't argue with that.
200k a week.
It's a weird one, that, but there we go. Ravi, good evening, big up. How are you? James is in. Hello, how are you as well? Thanks for popping in. Ryan, my prediction: Germany 3, Austria 1. I think we are looking at that sort of way, but we'll come on to it. James said, can't quite work that out. I think he means the laugh, does he? I'm not sure. So. And he says hello again, Maisy. Before we get in, because obviously there's the international football on, but any Leicester fans that are watching, please sit down. Keep yourself away from any sharp objects. We've made a signing. Yeah, okay. It's the women's. I will admit it is the women's football. But look, any port in a storm, we'll take it. We signed from your team, Maisy, Carrie Jones on loan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that a good signing?
In my opinion, yes. She's young. She's hungry. She's made 10 appearances altogether in the first team, so she's mostly played in the academy, but she's still got that experience in the cup games. She's got quite a lot of energy. She can play as an attacking midfield, and she can also play in the wings, so she's quite flexible of where she can play. And not just that as well, she's actually been an international star for Wales since she was 15 years old. Wow. That's when she broke into the first team of Wales. So you can see the capabilities, what she had. She came into our first team when she was 16, 17 as well. So that's a very young age to break through also. I think the loan deal was quite a good idea because of the players who we're bringing in. Also, in the women's game, there's no under 23s. So it's the under 21s, then the first team. And it's a big, massive jump, especially for an 18-year-old who hasn't played any first team football properly before. So I think Leicester, it gives her that little bit of leniency, so she knows what the league is like in a kind of way, because she knows what the cup games are like, but she hasn't made that many appearances in the league herself, so she gets to see on what the league is like for her. Can she manage that? And then it's entirely up to her what she wants to do then. But she's also won cups in the academy last season. She won the League Cup, the Northern League Cup, and she won the whole league where the North and the South played against each other. So she's won the double as well. So it's a good player to bring in just for the fact she's won trophies recently.
You've sold her. You totally sold her. Do you think there's any way we'd get away with playing her in the men's team?
Replace her for James Madison, who's supposed to be going.
Well, who isn't supposed to be going, Apparently, we've announced to the world that we need to sell first. So, just come in. It's like a fire sale. Come in so we can buy somebody else. It is ridiculous. It really is. Charlotte's in. Good evening, Charlotte. How the devil are you? Welcome along. I hope you've not been getting the dog drunk yet. At least let him sort of get later into the night. You don't know if you know, Charlotte, she's about 15 going on 40. 3 maids, a butler and a chauffeur, a swimming pool and a drunk dog. That's all I can say. And I always say this to her when she comes in. She's disappointed if I don't.
Shut up in your face.
Yeah, don't ask. But Ravi said hello to you earlier. No Ed Sheeran today. Talk about last night. What a win. I mean, terrific. We're at that point now, I think, and I know the players are just doing the national anthems now, but last night, very, very quickly, we're never going to say another 8-0 at this stage now, are we, like against Norway?
No, we're not going to have a high-scoring game. The games what we're going to have now are extremely tough. Spain are a tough team to break down that hold a lot of possession, just like England. So we knew that we had to be very careful off the ball. And our game management really helped us, especially near to the end of the game. The substitutes helped massively as well, which I highly respect Serena for. Ella Toon, Leslie Russo, and Georgia Stanway, all terrific. I think they played well. And I just hope that Kira Walsh isn't out for so long. I hope she comes back because she is that spine in the midfield, to be honest. She's such an underrated player.
Yeah. Yeah. Ravi says, Maisy, I hope you're getting commission for that. She's got a very good deal. She's got Jesse Lingard's agent on it, so wait and see where that comes. And James just says, hit the likes, etc. So thank you very much. Yeah, do subscribe. And remember to subscribe to Maisy as well. Let me just, and don't forget the 2 scores if you're following Maisy. It makes all the difference.
Yeah, the 2 underscores, because Chris
That's what I meant.
there was 2 underscores, there was 1.
Yeah, that's the one, I think. Right, let's bring the teams up, and I'm going to try and do this without chopping us all off. You think I'd be used to this by now, wouldn't you? But here we go. Let us bring the teams up. And you've probably seen the teams. I mean, any surprises there for you? I mean, Austria have gone 4-1-4-1 against the 4-3-3 of Germany. Is your money on Germany?
Yeah, I did a prediction show yesterday. I predicted 2-0 for Germany. I can't see any other way. I think with Germany, there's such a great pressing team. They're well in the attack. And the thing is with Germany, what you don't see with many other teams in the Euros, they're still very, very comfortable off the ball. And even we've seen the vulnerabilities of England when they was off the ball yesterday. But no matter what game they played, even when they was playing Spain, who is one of the highest rated teams in the tournament until yesterday, they was very comfortable off the ball against them. So I think they're going to have a lot more possession though, because Austria is quite a counter-attacking team. So I think they will hold a lot more possession. But the thing is with Austria, what I think is quite underrated about them, they're quite well at cancelling teams out, and they're quite well in terms of the defensive kind of structure. So I think it's going to be tougher than a lot of people think, because I know a lot of people are going 5-6-0 for Germany, but I just can't see it being that high.
No, I mean, I've gone 1-0 to Germany. I'm going to be honest with you. Guys in the chat, let us know your score predictions. We all got it totally wrong last night. So don't let that put you off. I mean, Austria can't be taken for granted. I think, 5 years ago, when the last Euros were, I think they got through to the semis, didn't they? So, they've got to be taken seriously. And they got past Norway, and I thought Norway would go through with us.
Yeah, I thought the same about Norway. I think Norway, alongside Italy, were probably the 2 most disappointing teams in the group stages, because both them teams you expect a lot better from. Especially knowing with Norway, they've got such brilliant players. Like you've got the ex-best player in the world in there. You've got some fully formed players who are on, like, I know some players are not on professional contracts full time, but a lot of them Norwegian players are. And then you're looking at Austria, not all of them are on fully professional contracts. They're not playing full time. And you even look at the way of Belgium as well, and Iceland. I know how well them 2 teams did, and they're not even on. A lot of them are not on full-time proper professional contracts either.
Yes, yeah. David's going 1-1 to Germany. James has gone 3-0 to Germany. James, you actually went 2-0, so you weren't far off last night, but you had to go to bed early before the end of the game, so I couldn't say that you were actually the nearest. Ravi says Germany looks strong, and Dan, the Burnley man's in. Good evening, Dan. He's gone 4-1 to Germany. So, he's thinking that, Austria, I suppose, going to do what Burnley normally do and turn up and concede a lot of goals. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, couldn't resist it. Yeah, I mean, in that first game when England played Austria, I mean, I wasn't sort of, I mean, I've really got into it. I've really loved this tournament totally. And when I was sort of watching the first game, having seen that, we'd beaten Holland, who were the last year's winners, and we'd beaten them, I think it was 5-1, wasn't it? And I'm thinking, like, this is going to be great. We're going to water this. And then suddenly Austria 1-0. What's that all about? And I was surprised. But now, looking back, I think, actually, 1-0 was not a bad result.
Yeah, I think we've played Austria. That was our 3rd time under the current manager, and we've never scored that high against Austria. And I think it's just the way they're really set up, because they're so well set up, and I think they're a great underrated team, because just like you mentioned, you wouldn't have ever thought they'd get into the knockouts yet again.
Yes. Well, we know Germany are going to win because Charlotte's gone for Austria, and she hasn't got one right yet. Let me just quickly get on the phone and go on my my betting app and get some money on it. I'm just going to put my light on like you did, because it's going a bit dark. We're about to kick off. Oh, they're taking the knee. And there hasn't been a lot of taking the knee. I've been really disappointed in the teams. But well done to Germany and Austria for doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't really see it that much in international games, do you? It's just about what each team decides to do, isn't it?
It is. So Austria are kicking right to left as we watch it. Therefore, Germany are kicking left to right. Otherwise, it would be a very one-sided game. Do ignore on the graphic in the middle. It doesn't change at all. So whichever way it's set up is how it stops for 90 minutes, which was very confusing last night when we had the extra time.
Always happens to me as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely. I love the graphic. It's brilliant, but like I say, it just doesn't change over, and it gets a bit confusing. You know? Ravi's gone 5-1 Germany. He thinks it is going to be a really a good game, but there we go. But Germany are on the attack. Well, from straight off, really.
Yeah, they've gone all in quite quickly.
Yeah, I'm just on 40. It took them up to 50 seconds. I don't know what you were on.
1:11.
That's usually about 20 seconds ahead, which is usually the case, because I'm watching it through a Fire Stick. So
if someone scores a goal,
no, you go for it. No. In fairness, you go for it. We've tried to keep quiet, and we've tried not to do and not give anything away. The screen's in advance of us of me as well, so it comes up on the screen.
Oh no, it's at the same time as me. Actually, I was going to say, is it even in advance of me?
No, I haven't. Believe it, I haven't got an aerial in the second bedroom. They put one in the kitchen, but they haven't put one in there, so I'm having to use a Fire Stick to watch the TV, but it is a little bit behind. David's gone, you've gone 1-1 with a penalty for Germany. Doug's in. Good evening, Doug. How the devil are you, sir? Welcome along. This is a joke-free zone tonight. So I warn you, if you tell a joke, then you get the Maisy laugh. So
no.
A good win for Liverpool earlier on. Do you know what I liked about Germany was when are you there? Yeah. One thing I liked about Germany, when they played Spain, I think it was Spain they played, wasn't it?
They played Spain in the groups.
Yes, is the fact that Spain had the majority of the play. They had more shots, etc. And they just didn't take advantage. And Germany, like any German side, they just sort of soaked it up and said, "No, you just come at us." And it was almost like a heavyweight fight where the boxer's taking all the punches to wear the opposition out.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen like the Spain fans, but because I've seen a few of them, they're crazy. They want the manager sacked. That you've seen like rants on social media. Do you like how it used to be with like Ollie out with Manchester United fans?
Yeah,
it's worse than that.
Wow.
That is what the Spain fans are like over their manager at the moment, and I think he has made some wrong decisions, like for the entire groups, knowing that he's got a top goal scorer of Jenny also, she's injured, but to not play your backup striker and playing a winger up front, it's cost him massively.
Yes, I must admit though, last night, we got an injury straight away.
Yeah,
it is nice to it's not nice to see an injury. I mean, rephrase that. It's refreshing to see that when there is an injury, we don't have sort of Tom Daly dive followed by 6 pirouettes or anything. And usually, if the women go down, you know that they are injured.
Yeah, that's what I like as well. It's just no messing about, and they get straight onto it. Like you even seen some of the ones where they are yellow and red cards, and they still get straight back up.
Yes. Oh, that was a bit caught with the boot there. And the referees have it's been a good standard of refereeing, hasn't it?
I'm not too sure because I think there's been, well, majority has been, but for me, there has been times where I think, like, do you like that yellow card incident with France versus Italy, what should have been a red, in my opinion? I look at that and think that's poor for both the ref and the VAR. Like, if the ref really thought it was a red card, the VAR said no, she could still say, well, I'm sticking at my red.
Yeah.
And I just think in them kind of little instances, I look at it and think you could have done that a little bit better. And I think the game has really shown that we have never had VAR in the women's game, because you look at when a goal's offside, you take it 3-4 minutes to decide, is it a goal or is it not?
It is, but I just think overall, I mean, there's going to be individual ones, I accept, but overall, you compare that to the standard of the Premier League, and well, it couldn't be any worse than the Premier League, could it?
Chris, when you watch the WSL next season, you will say the officiating is bad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I will promise you. Worse. There's been loads of times where I've ranted.
You ranting? I would never have known. I've just put the Twitter details up there. I didn't know they'd got them turned off, so do give Maisy a follow on Twitter as well. On that. So, yeah, the first 5 minutes, pretty even, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely has been. I think Austria has had a bit more of the ball than what I've been expecting, to be honest. And as I've said, they are cancelling Germany out very well at the moment.
Yes. But you just never know with this German side. You as I say, like Spain, I'm just thinking like, wow, when they're going to score, and they just never did. And Germany just took the time and said, "Thank you very much. We'll have the goal now." But, just checking it. Germany are actually unbeaten in 19 home. I know they're away now, but they're unbeaten in 19 home games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that is some record, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's a rebuilding team at the moment. They're not even a fully developed team right now. So imagine what it'd be like with the fully developed.
I'd rather not, if you don't mind. But I've just clicked on the Who Will Score Next button, and 11% are going for the draw, 18% for Austria, and 71% for Germany. So I think most people are thinking this is going to be one way. So,
yeah,
Charlotte, you're on your own, I'm afraid, as always.
Austria's thinking how us England fans really want it to be. Not because of obviously Germany's our rival, but I think if you've got the strongest competitors out, it helps us in the long run.
Yes. Of course it does. Of course. Because I think of the way it works out, we would meet Germany in the final, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would. Yeah, because if we've won this game, so it'd be Sweden or Belgium we've got next, and then if we win any of them two, then we've got potentially Germany in the final.
Yes. Yeah. It's on BBC One, David. So. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the score. But I mean, that's my head, but my heart says, "Come on, Austria."
Yeah, so is my head.
Yeah, just because it's the Germans,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they did take a shot on target, which is pretty fair.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the game? I think it was Portugal-Sweden.
I did, yeah.
The defending from Portugal. Right, it's a corner, it was a goal. It was a free kick, it was a goal.
Oh my, they're so bad at the corners and set pieces. It's horrendous.
They made Leicester look good, and that's saying something. I mean, there were Swedish players in the box, and they were just being totally ignored by the Portuguese defenders. It was like,
I know, it was awful. So absolutely awful. And I think what didn't help whatsoever is changing your number one goalkeeper. That just shows a total lack of faith in your goalkeeper. And I think, yes, she was at a yellow card and you don't want to risk, but she's a bit hot-headed. But at the end of the day, you want that little bit of fieriness from your goalkeeper to command that back line.
Oh, Sorry, I got a little bit excited there. Germany with a lovely named Poop has just fired over the bar. I've noticed a lot of teams as well that they are using the wings a lot in this.
Yeah, they are.
Competition, you know.
There's some brilliant wide players though from each team. To be fair.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And there's you can tell the top teams, and that's no disrespect to the others. And maybe I'm getting too critical. So when this competition started, I've got to say, in fairness, I was very new to women's football. And I'm like, wow, this is a good standard. But then maybe I'm becoming too critical because now I'm criticizing the slightest little thing, which is, I think, being unfair to them.
Mm-hmm.
That was
it's definitely a free kick. That one.
Ooh, that was straight in the ear, wasn't it?
Nasty.
Oh. But I mean, if that had been a bloke, it'd still been rolling over the pitch at the moment.
If it was called Human Son.
Yeah. Nick Nat says possible red card for that. I think it was a yellow. I think if at the most, even if that.
I don't think even though the boot was high, there wasn't enough contact for me.
No, and it wasn't intentional, was it? She was definitely going for the ball. Ravi says, Nick Naki says the best opening of a match so far. Ravi says, question, how do the Austrian cope with Germany attacks?
The thing is they just need to do what they're doing at the moment, which is cancelling them out. They need to be very quick and sharp in their defending, and that's exactly what Austria is all about. They know that they're going to come in more counter-attacking, which they usually play as anyway. So they are quite comfortable picking up the ball, and they're comfortable being off the ball at the moment, just as Germany are. So, and in a matter of fact, I actually think it's Austria who's been better in this first 11 minutes, if you want me to be honest.
Indeed. But like I say, you can never... I thought that very much so with the Spanish against the Germans, and the Germans went and beat them 2-0.
Well, we when on my prediction stream, we all predicted 3-2 to Spain, but that was before the injuries came on for Spain. Yes. But you still expect a lot better from the Spanish because they've still got players there who's won the treble at Barcelona, who's in very big teams in the WSL, who's in the big teams in Spain, like Real Madrid also, and Athletic Club, who's another one. So they should be doing a lot better with the squad they've got, 1,000%.
But we're just coming up to that. Well, just 12 minutes now. Germany actually have had most of the possession, but it looks like I would have said Austria.
Yeah, but I think they've been definitely a lot more clinical of what they've had. Austria.
Yeah, they've. So it's a corner to Austria.
Oh wow! Whew, that was close. That was close.
You made me jump then.
You'll see what I mean in a minute.
Yeah, let's go in. Oh, it hit the post. Yes. It hit the post. Wow.
And I was there getting a little bit giddy.
to say that there's only 20 seconds, when something like that happens and I'm waiting for the 20 seconds to go, it feels a lifetime. But Lou was doing that to me yesterday, but that was unlucky, that was.
It was.
Having said that, the goalkeeper would probably have got it.
Yeah, she's a great goalkeeper. I don't like people really like her, but she's not better than our goalkeeper.
No, but definitely Austria have made a good start. They really have.
Yeah, and they've been a lot more attacking than I thought they would have been.
Yes. Great header, says Nick Nat. Love that name. Very unlucky not to score.
Extremely.
All you want is obviously Nick Nat to marry Paddy Whack, don't you? I'm sorry. Obvious, but I'm an obvious person. I'll give myself one of these. I'm sorry. Yes.
It wasn't a pooper. It was to be fair, I got it.
Well, it was, but it was just that bad that's why he got one of those. If it's funny, it gets your laugh. If it's bad, it gets one of those.
Oh dear. Rosie Gaines, who's that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm actually Googling this Rosie now.
Oh, yeah. Probably some serial killer or something like that we've never heard of.
An American singer-songwriter.
Oh, of course it would be, yes. I'm trying to sort of... Unless she had a single out called So Close or something like that, or Closer, I don't know. Oh, it just shows that again from behind the net. I mean, I love it. Like when you got, Ravi says she's a singer. I love it. Like when Finland scored very early on in their game. I mean, I just love the smaller team. Whether it's because I'm a Leicester fan, I guess, but I do love the smaller teams to do well.
Yeah, I like it as well. It's a bit more of an excitement. I actually think it's crazy or not, but I actually predicted Iceland to finish second in the group.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was so unfortunate because they was the only team in Euro history to be unbeaten in the group stages and not qualify.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I wasn't sorry to see them go because, to be honest with you, I believe in revenge. And I still hold.
But that happened years ago.
Yes, it did. It did, but it's still. It's best the dish best served cold. Remember? They were lucky there. The Germans a bit of a panicking defend. The Austrians are really getting through the. I mean, I know that was a free kick, but it was a lovely look, well taken. Timed the run really well.
I know the Germans will end up picking up because that's what Germany are like, but I just still expected that a little bit more often, that little bit more possession and attacking sense, to be honest.
Yes. Still in the German half, just. I mean, the Austrians have impressed me. And it was when Italy played Belgium. I wanted Belgium to win because I don't like Italy because of the Euros, and that is quite recent though. Give me that. But I had to say Italy started off really well, and then Belgium just waited for just after half time and hit them cold.
Yeah, I think Belgium were quite good in what they've done. I did actually expect them to do a lot worse. They're quite quick as well, Austria, so they'll be able to track back quite quickly.
Yes. Yeah, I mean they are aggressive, but they're just letting Germany know that they're there, and that was a good defensive tackle as well.
They've got a terrific goalkeeper though, Austria. I think she was actually she actually won the Golden Glove in the WSL last season. She's Arsenal's goalkeeper.
Oh. Well, no, I get. I don't know if you know Anthony, the Arsenal fan, and every time he comes on, he goes, "If England do well, it's because it's full of Arsenal players." I say, yeah, but you're only claiming that because the men aren't any good.
Well, if Anthony says anything, just say that Arsenal bottled the league last day of the season in their WSL.
Right, I'll do that.
Because they did. They literally bottled it. I think it was by 1 or 2 points against Chelsea last day of the season because they lost that many. games in the end. Thank you so much as well, Cyber Leader.
Yeah, well done, Cyber Leader.
It was pretty funny to watch because Chelsea was playing against us. I can't remember who Arsenal was playing against. I think it was like West Ham or something. And me as a Man United fan wanted Chelsea to win. And Manchester United and Chelsea have some little bit of a rivalry because of what happened when they beat us quite early on in the league. And the manager was like trying to like be like making violin noises and stuff at our fans after the game, and which we all thought was quite disrespectful. So we was like, in a way, like we wanted to beat Chelsea, and then under the same breath we wanted them to lose the league, but didn't happen in the end. Got too many great players.
Germany are trying to get back into it now, and they've got a corner now.
Yeah.
But
the RS are real threatening corners and set pieces, Germany.
I don't know if it is a bit of a swinging, one way then another sort of game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit like a ping pong table, isn't it? Back and forth at the moment.
I would have said Austria were probably going to score first, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, good tackle there by the Austrian.
But by the way, this is going on, I can't see it going to pens, that's for sure.
No. I was worried about ours last night going to a load of pens. I'm not going to lie.
I think in terms of pens, we would have had the better players on the pitch to do the pens, to be fair. But
I don't know. I just don't like penalties. I love it when it's another team's involved, but not when it's any team I'm following.
Yeah, I get like proper more excited when it's another team, but when it's real, I just can't watch it. Like it makes me feel ill.
Yeah, definitely. But especially when it gets to goalkeeper's turn to take a penalty.
Oh, that's the worst.
Sorry, Maisy, I shouldn't have said that, should I? I'm so sorry.
You're trying to bring back bad memories for me there.
Me?
It still haunts me. It really still does haunt me. It shouldn't have never gone to that point. We really shouldn't have. But there was mistakes on all areas.
Yeah.
If you had all night, I could explain it for you, Chris.
Yeah, please don't. Cyber Leader, I've no idea who that is. Should I really know? What do you think of Flynn Downs at West Ham? Just Googled them. I've no idea who they are. Came from Ipswich to you.
He's a young player for the club, so he's only just joined, but he's been at Swansea, he's been at Luton on loan as well. He's a midfielder, 37 appearances in the Championship and scored 1 goal. I
must admit, she's good, but she probably did you get that off Google? Admit it.
Yeah, I did get it off Google. Yeah. I will admit it.
You know when they do these shows and they always say, right, we'll do a combined 11. If we're doing a preview show, I'm like, no, because I don't know. Apart from the any obvious ones, like probably 1 or 2 players, I don't know anything about any of your players. Why should I?
I think there's only so many I could do. If for example, it was like a Fulham one or something, I couldn't do it. I'd be like, what? No, I can't. I don't know.
I'd just be picking Leicester players, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I remember you combined 11 with Man United versus Leicester, and you put up like 9 out of 11 with Leicester, or even 10.
Well, at the time we might have been playing better than you. I don't know, but come on, we'll probably let you have Ronaldo. Come on, out of fairness.
I don't even remember who you let us put on, to be honest.
I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
And quote me every player I put in. Oh dear. All I can say to you is
I don't believe it.
There we go. Maisy is the human football encyclopedia. And James, Austria making it competitive for Germany at the moment. Fair play. They are. They certainly are. And like I say, this, you can't underestimate Austria. Semi-finalists at the last day, which I think was the first time in the finals, wasn't it?
Yeah, first time in Euro history they made it to the semi-finals. Yeah.
So you've got to take it seriously, and there should be a lot of rivalry between these two teams as well.
It's 1-0 to Germany.
Oh, just ended that conversation then. That was very. The goalkeeper was being Oh, she lost that. She did lose that. Pulls it back. Yeah, and yes. Well, you know what happens. You probably don't know what happens when the goal is scored on this channel, but I get my mate out, Diddy Dan, right?
Oh, okay.
Diddy Dan comes out. It sounds rude, doesn't it? It's not meant to be. I assure you, it's not. Don't panic. But Diddy Dan comes out to help us celebrate. And yes, that is Dan from Turf Morehouse TV. He did pose for that. Well, that was a simple goal, wasn't it? That I was against the run of play. I think the goalkeeper's got to take a lot of blame for that.
I really do think so, and the defence as well.
Yeah.
The lack of concentration there.
I mean, the number 7, she let her get past her too easy. A lovely dummy from one German striker, but they were both there behind the Austrian players, not being picked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely do think so. I think that it was a terrific goal for Germany, but I think Wenninger should have really done a lot better, and so Zinsberger as well. They really both should have done a whole lot more better. It's just that I think the right-hand side, they were really open. They lost that concentration. And when you're in a quarterfinals of a Euro competition, you need to be on point with everything that you do.
Yes, definitely. It was a good finish, Ravi. Definitely. I presume she shouted for it to be left. But it was. I know it'll be interesting to see now Austria straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Against the run of play, though?
I think perhaps maybe Austria could potentially get a nick one, but I think now Germany has scored, they're just going to stay. I'm not that I'm going to say comfortable, but I think they'll feel like, I've got a goal now. I can have that. It's a tiny bit of a cushion there for me. I can do a little bit more passing around and.
Yes, and I think that when you've got a team like Germany that is, on paper, should we say, so much better, or should be so much better, then Austria, they're now going to have to really go for it because they can't just sit back now, and they're just going to leave themselves open at the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, and that was a very poor decision to do.
Yeah, Germany. I mean, I'm going to do my Donald Trump, but I'm not an actual impersonation. But I think they should end it now because I predicted 1-0. Finish it now. The game's over. Hang on. Let me get my mate, the ref, out. Let me see where we are. There we go. Game's over. 1-0. I'm right.
Yeah. It could even stay like this, though, as well. It wouldn't surprise me.
No. But like I said, it'd be a true test for Austria now. But well taken, a well taken goal.
Yeah, definitely. She had a good eye of what to do. She put herself in a good position, and I think that's what I really like about her. She's very good in finding them spaces to pick out the ball.
Yes. Ravi says, doesn't that Lino do Prem games?
Lino?
I don't know. Is there an English lines woman?
I don't even have a clue. I don't even know who the lines person is.
No, I'm just trying to drastically Google Google it here.
Because I only know who the ref is.
Let's have a look. Right, let's open this. Quarterfinals. Germany won, Austria. There we go. UEFA website, and whatever's on the UEFA website is always 100% true. There's no, no, because they. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you are quite right, Ravi. It's Sean Massey.
Oh dear.
Who was obviously the lines person that caused all the trouble for Andy Gray and the other guy at Sky. Well, she didn't cause the trouble. Let me get that wrong. They brought it on themselves, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But yes, it is Sean Massey.
Great eye, rather.
Yeah, and Chris Kavanagh, of course, is one of the VAR refs.
God help VAR.
Yeah, we haven't got any in the World Cup. There's no English VAR ref.
But we've got 2 actual refs, though, don't we?
Yes.
Wasn't one of them Michael? No, it wasn't Michael Oliver. It was Anthony Taylor, wasn't it? One of them.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm really not sure.
What does it really say if none of our VAR people's going to the World Cup? It just shows
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Definitely.
And there's more women refs in the World Cup than there is Premier League refs, and that just really shows how poor Premier League refs are as well.
Yeah, and England, Leicester last season in Europe for one of our games, I think it was last season, we had a female referee. And I tell you what, she was good, and none of the men argued with her. Yeah,
there was the ref. She was actually, it was the one from last night, Stephanie Frimpong. She's actually already done a couple of the men's games as well. She'd done it for the friendlies before the Euros for the Netherlands. I think she made history doing that. And she hosted she refereed the Women's World Cup, Women's Champions League final. And she's averaging out a card a game for all her time officiating.
Right. Well, just to get one back at you here, Ravi. The other lines lady is assistant referee, linesman. I just don't know what to call people these days. But the other, we'll say assistant referee, is Lisa Rashid, who is also an English lineswoman or assistant referee or female linesman. So, but yeah, I say, but I love the fact I say none of the, like the men always go up and argue and they're in the referee's face, etc. There was none of that with the woman ref. I don't think they dare, to be honest with you.
No, they wouldn't. Not a chance. Not a chance.
No. And I mean, that referee yesterday, she was taking no nonsense from the player, the Austrian on the bench, was she?
No, that's what I like.
Sorry, the
Spanish.
The Spanish on the bench, yes.
That's what I like about her, to be honest.
Yes, yeah.
She doesn't take crap. She's good.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the refs are there. Oh, a shot there, but straight down the throat to the goalkeeper. And I'm not going to be awful when I say this, but there's been no hair pulling. Oh, it's raining.
It is.
Wow. There's been no hair pulling in this. I was watching a bit of women's football on YouTube. I love like the mistake compilations and that sort of thing. And if you've got a ponytail, it quite often gets pulled if you get past the player.
You don't see it that often. No.
I don't think there's actually any sort of English ones in, but I was only jealous because I haven't got any hair to do it with. So So, first half an hour gone, Maisy. How would you sum the match up?
I think overall, I'd say Austria good to start with, but they slopped a little bit since Germany's goal. Germany took the goal very well, but I think they could be doing a lot better.
Yes.
What about you, Chris?
I mean, it's what I expected from Germany in a way, because, like I say, you know, that they were under that pressure, and they just, you know, soaked it up, and then, you know, got the goal. Like I say, like against Spain in their game. But I have been impressed with Austria. You know, yes, they've had the sting taken out of them, but they've not normally sort of this. You see a goal and then you see another quick one straight after for the same team. But you know, with this, it you know, Austria they've held it together. They've held it together, and I think if they can get through to half time, about 10, 11 minutes away on mine. I can get through to half time, then I think they'll feel like they might be able to, you know, surprise Germany in the second half.
Yeah, I think if they do come in, at least if they do a draw at half time or 1-0 down, 1-0 down isn't always the end of the world, because you can pick up after a 1-0 defeat at half time. You've seen it plenty of times. So if I was Germany, though, I wouldn't be too comfortable.
No, you can never be too comfortable at 1-0, you know.
Some people are never comfortable even with 2-0, because some people can score 3 in the second half.
There's a saying, isn't there, that the 2-0 is the hardest scoreline to defend if you 2-0 up. I'm like, surely it's just 1-0 harder to defend, but I don't know. What do we know about football?
I suppose you'd have to ask if you was an Arsenal fan how it is to defend 1-0 leads.
Yeah, this is true. It is very true.
I would ask myself, but we lost too many games this last season.
Well, I did. I don't know if you did. Did you see the interview I did with Roderick Giggs?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah. What a nice guy, and pretty cheeky as well. When I said to him, we'll probably see you in the final next year, and he said, no, I was hoping for a harder game. I'm like, cheers, Roderick. But yeah, I just think last season, Man United, Everton, and Leicester, I think were the 3 teams that underachieved compared to what was expected of them at the start.
Yeah, I definitely think it was very disappointing from all the teams, to be honest, because Everton, I think they were set up to fail in general. Getting Rafa Benitez, who is a Liverpool fan who managed Liverpool, is a wrong move as it is. I think Manchester United, it just went absolute pear-shaped. I think the players just stopped caring, and knowing that we finished second with a crap midfield, you expect, right, we should be closing the gap here between us and City. Especially now we've got Ronaldo, we've got Varane, we've got Sancho. We should be not competing, but we should be doing better than what we are doing. And I even think the same with Leicester. I think that you got into Europa League football, and we've always seen you there in the top 6 range, you know, ever since you've won the league. So I think it gets to that point because you've been comfortable for a few years. A lot of people are just expecting Leicester to just stay there or improve upon. Yeah,
I mean, somebody's down and having a bit of a drinks break, and I think they we were what's what I'm looking for here. We were I can't remember. Our own success made us sort of, I think, you know, we were victims of our own success. That's what I was trying to say. You know, we'd had 2 very good years. When in fairness, we were probably punching above our weight. You know, in the top 4 for 37 weeks, ended up at, you know, 5th, which was, you know, for us was good. We just couldn't go with all the injuries we had. And I hate saying that because I hate using that as an excuse. But, you know, players were playing when they shouldn't have been playing. And God knows what's going to happen now because we can't see anybody's coming in at the moment. And if Tielemans doesn't make up his mind to go quite quickly, you know, if he goes back in the last week or something, we're not going to have enough time to get anybody else in, and we're losing out on all our possible targets.
I think the defending really did cost in terms of your corners and your set pieces.
Yes.
And another thing, is a lot of people like Tielemans. I think he's great, but I think when he comes into the opposite box, he's so clumsy at times, and he gives away silly penalties.
Yes, yeah. I mean, like I say, you know, if you saw Portugal the other night and they're defending, that was so we can see. I mean, I remember one game I was watching, and the commentator said it's a corner for the opposition. That's as good as a goal against Leicester. Oh, and it's a goal against Leicester, you know, literally. And it's like, yeah. I mean, but the problem was that every week you had different defence in because of the injuries.
Yeah, you did have quite bad injuries. Fofana, didn't he break a bone, didn't he, if I'm not mistaken?
He's Spanish pre-season.
Yeah.
And so Unchu was injured. Evans was out for a long time.
Justin was
Vestergaard
out.
was injured. Yeah, right. But it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was a case of, you know, how many fit defenders have I got? 3. Right, it's 3 at the back today. You know, but I'm enjoying Ten Hag signings.
I like him. I really do. The Argentinian butcher. His name excites me.
Yeah, but it's probably only because he's good at barbecuing sausages. Don't get too excited.
Do you know what annoys me though, in a way, is how the media is all fixed about his height. I don't know what the issue is in terms of his height. I don't know if you've seen it where he's like, Martinez is the smallest defender now in the league. He's only 5'9". I think 5'9" isn't exactly tall, but it isn't exactly small either.
No, it's not. No.
When Ake signed for Manchester City and he was the actual smallest defender then, you wasn't hearing none of this talk. And I look at it and think, why is all this talk occurred over Martinez's height?
Yes, yeah, no. I mean, saying there, Ravi says, do I want Tielemans sold? Yes, I do. If he's going to go, all that it would take, whether Man United have been linked, Arsenal have been linked, if one of you comes in and says, here's the cheque for 30 million, take it, and back. I mean, we had somebody put an offer in, well, Brentford it was, put an offer in for Vestergaard, and we turned it down. I mean, Jesus Christ, you should have been taking that cheque and getting it to the bank before they changed their bloody minds. We want a bit more for him. But, yeah,
how did you turn down Vestergaard?
I know. You know, somebody actually wanted him. Take it, whatever it is. If it's $1 million, take it. But, Austria, it could be in. Oh, good goalkeeper. Oh, she dropped it. That was a good move. And Austria trying a long shot again. It just goes straight against the German defender. That was a good move by Austria. That was but good goalkeeping by the German goalkeeper. She bravely came out then.
She did, and I think she'd done it correctly, because otherwise it could have really cost the Germans. Because you've seen the times where goalkeepers have gone out and they've caused penalties and they've had red cards because of it. So she done
straight
it
down the other end, Germany. Literally straight down the other end. But again, it was a good. I mean, there's 2 Germans and 3 Germans and 5 Austrians, and she gets the ball down that wing. But again, a fair play to the Austrian goalkeeper. Do what she had to do. But yeah, I can't believe we turned down an offer for Vestergaard. You know, just take it.
Anyone offered for Perez yet? Perez.
He did all right in early season, but I do a news show every now and again, 6:00 at night, and the one that they did that night, you should have heard me. I was ranting. You know that the Hawk when it's like, don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. My God, I went off on one. I'll tell you. I know it was pre-Watershed, but my God, I was fuming. For God's sake, you know. Oh, it's like you know, you want 15 million for him, and we'll offer you 14.5. No, we want 15. God, just take it. You know? But there we go.
Leicester being stubborn in what they're selling.
Yes, yeah. Leicester can concentrate on the league this season. Well, yeah, I don't know which league though. With a nickname like that, sounds like a horror villain. It does a bit, doesn't it? You know? Height doesn't matter. Clubs are greedy on price these days. I mean, when you got a player like Vestergaard, I'm sorry, you just take whatever you're offered.
I actually don't know what happened with Vestergaard because he was so good at Southampton. I actually think he was one of the best defenders in the league 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I mean, we always joke that, we beat them 9-0 and then we signed 2 of their defenders. And as indeed did you beat them 9-0 as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it like I say, he didn't have a chance to settle because, like I say, he didn't know who he was playing in defence with. He came back into a defence that was completely out of touch, out of sorts, and you couldn't. Soyuncu had come back from the Euros with Turkey, and his confidence was completely shot. So they just got. He never had a chance to settle properly, and then he got injured himself. But good evening, Rennie. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a free. That was a poor free kick, wasn't it?
Yeah. I expected a bit better there off Germany.
Yes. 2 minutes of injury time, and yes, I'm going to say it. If they brought the Turtles on, we'd be having 2 minutes of ninjury time.
Oh.
I do it every match. Yeah, good save from the Austrian keeper. Kept a team in the game. Vestergaard, that's jokes. Germany coming forward again down the far side. Nice turn into the box and a chip over, and again it goes well over. My team Wolves really fell off at the end of last season. They did actually. I thought at one point you were going to challenge for Europe. The Saints fans were happy to see the back of Vestergaard. Apparently, yes, they were laughing when we signed them, but Rennie says get Vestergaard to United. It'd be better than Maguire. At least we don't have to play Bruce Lee, his cousin Burnley, in the Prem anymore. Bum. That's not even worth a moaning sound, that one, Ravi. I mean, Maguire, he was good when he left us, and I think he's just become a scapegoat, hasn't he? He's no worse.
I actually think so. I actually do. I'm not a massive fan of Maguire personally. I think that there has been times where he really, really annoyed me. But I think that there has been a lot more worse players than Harry Maguire. It's not just Harry Maguire had a bad season. But it's him who gets the full blame for everything. Like half the games he wasn't even playing. And he gets Steph. But I do genuinely believe he would play better if he didn't have the captain's armband as well. That little bit less responsibility.
Yes, take the pressure off him. It is half time. It is 1-0. It's this time when we usually go to water the plants or drop the kids off at the pool, whichever way you want to look at it, whichever one you want. And we'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes, Maisy, and we'll talk first half.
Great.
Just let me just find my little thing to put up. There we go.
is the Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And if I press the right button, we are back. We are back. I've that many buttons. I don't know which one I'm pressing.
Did you have a nice toilet break?
I did, yes. Well, when I was doing that, it always, that's another thing that Dan modelled for as well.
I thought it was you.
No, that's Dan, because if you can't see it on that, but if you look very closely, it is actually a corner.
Okay.
You get that. We're doing a new quiz, actually. Well, 2 new quizzes next week. We're doing a home and away next season, a home and away one, and a pick and mix one. And for the pick and mix, you have to pick, like with Mastermind, your own specialist subject, but it doesn't have to be. It can't be about your home team or football. It could be something completely sort of random. And he's doing the pilot with us, so to see how it goes. And he's gone for 90s cheesy pop music.
Oh, no.
Kind of knew, didn't we? We kind of knew that. But guys, don't forget Devils United TV on YouTube. That is Maisy's channel. She said there's a lot of women's football as well as Man United, and a lot of general football as well. And of course, Leicester Till I Die TV for ourselves. Please subscribe to both those channels. I mean, second half coming up, obviously, in a second, Maisy, but I found myself annoyed with some of these teams, and not at this stage yet, but certainly when we were playing the last game, the third game of the group stages.
Northern Ireland.
No, not really Northern. I mean, Northern Ireland, in fairness, they were there. The fact that they got to the finals was their final, wasn't it? Really, they're quite new. But so a lot of teams, like, it's the last game, you've got to win to stand a chance of going through.
Mm-hmm.
You're down at half time, and you're coming out, and you're still kind of playing it defensively. And I'm thinking, like, you're out, you're losing. So if you lose 3-0 as opposed to 1-0, just go for it. And that's what Austria have got to do this second half, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely do think so. I think, though, with Austria, they don't really change what they're doing. And I think when you are in a knockout stage, it's one way or the other. You've got to put your all in. And I'm not saying necessarily try things that you've never tried before, but do put someone a little bit more attacking minded with that great kind of that great football kind of brain to help them out.
Yes, and it's all about. Hello.
Hi.
That was Maisy's thumb, just in case anybody's wondering. It's well, I'm hoping it was a thumb, but joking apart, I mean, you've got the manager's got to make some tough decisions, and like I say, being new to the women's game, I looked at the thing yesterday, and like Beth Mead and Ellen White coming off, I'm like, what? What are you doing, woman? And yet, neither of them were really in the game. And she made that tough call. And of course, it paid off. It could have gone the other way, but it paid off for her because they were both being marked out of the game. And it was a tough decision. It's like, could you see? I mean, they're just showing the goal from last night that won it. I mean, yeah, it's superb. But you couldn't see Southgate doing that with Kane, could you?
No, you really can't see it. And you see with Southgate, he always does the same subs, whereas with Serena, she doesn't really care who she subs off. She wants to win. She's not about this is one of my great players. Like Ellen White has got the highest goals ever for England, and she's still subbing her off. You look at Frank Kirby, who's won literally near enough everything apart from the Champions League, who's been in the top 3 goal scorers for I'd say out of 4 seasons out of 3. You look at them kind of things, and even subbing off Rachel Daly as because she was absolutely getting terrorized on that left-hand side when it did come to the second half. And to make them kind of bold substitutions, you've got to do that if you want to win. And that's something what you do see in Serena, that she does want to win. She made them substitutes as soon as we conceded. And she knew that she needed to put some kind of fire on there. And Ella Toon has been a brilliant super sub for England. So is Alessia Russo as well. So to have both of them on, but personally, I would really fix things up into the next game. I'd actually start either one or the other, because just for that bit of energy they both have.
I was going to say, could Russo consider herself unlucky that she wasn't a starter against Spain?
In my personal opinion, because I've watched a lot of Russo with her being a Manchester United player, she works best when she has got space, when she's got that bit of open space, when you've got players who's able to supply good crosses in. And what I've noticed about Russo is that when she plays against a team who holds high possession, or they go into quite narrow spaces for her, she doesn't really tend to do as well starting as a player, and she tends to do better when the other team is getting a bit tired and she comes on as a substitute. And I think for that respect, I think Ellen White was probably the best option to play, but there is also Beth England, who I think is probably one of the best strikers in the league as well. And I don't know how she hasn't had a minute yet.
Yeah. We've got some questions coming in, which I'll pose to you in a minute. I'm just going to wonder whether you are going to give us a song this evening.
It's coming over.
No. I was thinking more of Spice Up Your Life, or...
Oh, dear.
Stop right now. Now,
not tonight.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I will not do the pick, because that was sent. That's not for thing. But believe me, gentlemen and ladies, in the thing, that Maisy does make an excellent ginger spice. That is all I will say. Now, saying nothing else. Oh, but she does spice up your life. Anyway, the questions. You look to be having a good time anyway.
I did. It was a brilliant time.
Good. Oh, that's a Man United fan.
Oh?
I just see somebody like with a red face and devil horns and everything.
Yeah, and maybe they're trying to be a new Fred the Red, possibly.
Possibly. Rennie said he thinks England will play Germany in the quarter-final, but I think he means...
We can't.
No, we played our quarter-final already. I think he actually means the final, but...
yeah, we can't play them until the finals anyway.
No. Ravi asked you here, does Jill Scott add quality to the England squad?
I wouldn't necessarily say that she brings quality, but she brings experience. Because you look at that team, there's technical players, there's young players, there's experience, there's form players. And the thing is with Ellen White and Jill Scott, but Ellen White was on form this season, but to have that kind of player into your team who has the highest goal scorer for England, you want that kind of experience for the likes of Russo and Beth England, and for the likes of Jill Scott. She's been in that England squad since around 2008. So to have that experience where she's played in every single tournament since 2008, it's good to have that representation there for the squad. I'm not necessarily saying she should be a starting 11 player, but I think her coming on as a substitute like she has been doing, or just a bit of encouragement for the younger players, I think it's a good move.
I'm so glad you're here, because I wouldn't have known how to answer that. We're about to kick off, but very, very quickly, one last question here. How do you think Georgina Stanway will get on at Bayern Munich?
She already makes ruthless tackles in the WSL. I'll tell you something, she'll be having like near enough 4 red cards in the season.
Right, let's bring the graph back up again. We should be getting ready to start any time now. Oops.
It's a quick start for Germany, though.
Yep. and they're not kicked off on mine yet. So, and they have now. Oops. You see what I mean? There's too many options. You see, you give me too many choices, and this is what happens. I just get all my overlays mixed up. But yeah, they did go for an early one there, didn't they, Germany?
Yeah.
So we need to see something here from Austria. They've got to go for it. They can't.
I don't think no subs have been made as well, actually.
Oh, it hit the post.
Yeah, she was close.
Wow. The manager thought it was in. You know who I'm missing? There's a manager that looked like he was wearing a wig.
Who?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but there's one match and it looked, honestly, it made Wade Rooney's look natural. it was all at the top, nothing down the sides. It was like, but it was what was down the sides was grey, whereas the top of his head was brown. I don't know whether he actually ever lost his wig or not. I'm sure it had to be a wig. I can't remember which team it was, but I wanted them to go through just so that I could see more of him.
I don't have a clue. I can't think of it. Could be.
Oh no, Rennie apparently said I meant the semi-finals. No, they can't meet Germany in the semis. No.
It'll be either Sweden or Belgium.
Yes, who are playing tomorrow. Which again, you'd look at that and think Belgium, wouldn't you? Really, I suppose. Sorry, Sweden. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, you would. Really would. I'm actually seeing the game live.
Oh, you're going? Wow.
Yeah.
Where's it on at? Is it
Wigan?
Yeah. Yes. And it's a nice little stadium, that, in fairness.
That's the Manchester United women's ground.
Is it? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Somebody said yes. You might well have been you, in fact.
Probably.
Yes, probably.
I've been there quite a few times. The season tickets are very, very cheap. It's only £39 to watch all the home games there.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's the way to get people into it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because, most of the time I would imagine the people. Oh, I thought Austria were in there. But,
I thought you froze.
If I disappear, I've had a heart attack. Down 999.
Right, I'm going to put 99 on my phone right now.
Just in case. It's been a few years. I'm all right. I think I'm past it. I'm not sure. But now, I would imagine. Tell me if I'm wrong. Do a lot of the players that go to, a lot of the fans that go to the women's game also go to the men's game?
There's a mixture, to be honest, because I made friends with some people who go to Manchester United women's games. A lot of them do support both, but there's the odd ones who actually just support the women's team. Like Andy, who goes on my channel, he only watches the women's football. He doesn't watch no men's football at all. And
right. I'm just thinking, because it's an incentive to sort of, well, if it's only £39, I'll go and watch the women as well.
We've got the cheapest season tickets in the league.
I'm going to say that is really, in fairness, that is really good. Is it? I guess it would encourage you to go, wouldn't it, and take your kids along at that price?
Exactly, knowing that it cost nearly £400 for. I think it cost over £400 for a seat for Man United versus Arsenal.
Yes. Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Exactly. I thought, there's no way I'm paying that. I'm going to watch the season game with Ten Hag next week, but
right.
not a chance I pay the proper prices like that.
No, it's. I mean, I've got 4 kids, and I could never afford to take all them to the football.
Well, it only limit you to if you've got you've got a membership at Leicester and you're willing to buy 2 tickets, the other person has to be a member, so you can only buy 1 ticket per member. So it's like £800, and it has to be, and then the membership's what, 20-30 quid as well.
I mean, thankfully they're old enough now that if they did want to come with me, they'd have to pay for themselves. But when they were growing up, I was quite lucky because I worked for a while at Blackburn Rovers, so you got a free season ticket.
That's great.
And we got 2 free season tickets as a part of it. And my second boy was so young that he just didn't, have to pay. So it was good value. It was just unfortunate it was Blackburn Rovers.
Is that when you lived in Burnley?
It was, yes. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow, you literally was hiding your head when you said that.
we actually, and this is true, when we used to come out the ground after the game, we would actually stop at a McDonald's, not to buy a McDonald's, but to actually take our shirts off and put normal clothes on before we drove back into Burnley.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, Rennie says you should sing Skyfall. No.
Nah, not for me.
I want Belgium winning it, says David. They allowed one Belgium playing England. It will be for your missus, David, won't it? In your house, his missus is a Belgium fan. Yeah. Maisy, do you think Mighty will get top 4 or the Premier League title this season with Ten Hag?
No, we won't win the Premier League title. I think we're very far away from doing that. And I think the fans need to be patient with Ten Hag because he's already said he's got a plan. And his plan for next season is to get into Champions League football. So if that's winning Europa League or the top 4, I don't know which one. But I think his aim is going to be top 4 in Europa League just to keep both options open.
Yeah. I mean, I look at Man United with Ten Hag and Austria through. Oh, again, the German goalkeeper came out there very brave.
Very well.
Brave. Well done. Good save. I must admit, I do look at Man United and I look at them a lot like I look at Tottenham, to be honest with you. Conte's gone in and said, right, if you want me, I want this and you will do it my way. And I think Ten Hag has pretty much said the same. You're in the shit, basically. Excuse my French. I'll get you out of it, but you do it my way, or I don't come. I could be wrong, but
he has done that. He has set the rules. He said he wants full control of his transfers. He's already, as soon as he came to Manchester United, he's told the players, right, this is how you're training. He's literally even dictated of what the Manchester United cafe menus go to be for the players because he fully removed fish and chips. He's made 5 commandments of what Manchester United players need to stick to, otherwise they'd be off the team.
I'm just watching that there. Was that I thought it was a good save. It was unlucky it hit the bar.
I know.
I've just had an email off my best mate, EDF Energy. Are you worried about gas prices? Yes, I bloody am.
Worried about gas prices? It's scandalous, the gas these days.
Oh, it is. It is.
I'm just glad it's been, in that kind of respect, you've got to be glad it's been 40 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. Was that a foul? Was that? The referee's not looking at it, but she went down. I think it was outside the box anyway.
It looked like it was a push.
I think she's got. Let's have a look. It's a nice one to. Oh no, I didn't see it on my screen. It was off the side of the TV. Let's have a look at this. Oh, I don't know. Did she or did she trip over herself?
It looked a bit of a shove to me, but nothing was given.
No.
It wasn't enough for me for a free kick.
Yeah. Yes. I've only got a small telly. When they showed it, it was off the edge of the screen. I'm like, oh.
You'll have to get a bigger TV.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, when this flat was built, it's an open plan kitchen and lounge, and the lounge you could easily see the telly from the kitchen, but they have put an aerial extension in the kitchen. But then this is the second bedroom, and they haven't put one in the second bedroom. Oh. I mean, it's absolutely So I say that's why I'm with the Fire Stick and a 20 quid. I tell you what, 20 quid TV off Facebook Marketplace, but it's better quality than these big 42-inch ones, whatever they are, in my lounge.
So I'm guessing you watch all your TV through there.
Yes, yeah. Terence says another which way is it going to go game? Yeah, I mean, again, it's exciting. It's end to end, isn't it?
It is. I really wouldn't be surprised though if Austria do nick a goal.
And if they do, you can't say they didn't, they didn't deserve it.
Exactly, because you look at such as Denmark versus Spain. Denmark was so unlucky to lose.
Yes.
You just felt sorry for them in the end.
You did, but that was why I kind of was happier to play Spain than Germany.
Yeah, that is true.
I just think you just want to avoid, the Germans, whatever the cost, really, don't you?
Ooh.
Corner to Austria. Oh, again they've hit the post.
So lucky.
Oh.
So unlucky.
Oh, wow. I mean, this is just this. I mean, please, nobody ever say to me that women's football is boring or rubbish, because I've said I'm not. This is me new into it, and I am absolutely loving this competition.
I think a lot of people who say that have never watched it.
Yeah, I haven't, to be honest with you, because I mean, okay, Leicester only just got into the Premier or Women's Super League last season. So before that, they weren't really on telly. I don't live in Leicester, so I can't go and watch them. Sorry. Terence said he asked a question earlier. I was probably just ignoring you, Terry. You know what I'm like. Is there a third and fourth place playoff like the men's?
No.
There you go. Yeah, answer straight away there, Terry. David said Austria will equalise. I can see. I mean, at the moment, Germany have got 60% possession, but 11 shots to 7, so that's not too wide. The corners are pretty equal. I mean, the expected goals, I never understand how that works out, but the expected goals, Germany 1.2, Austria 0.32. So on that one,
I don't understand the expected goals either. I'll be honest.
I read it out as if I do. I read it as if I know what I'm talking about.
It just sounds like a fancy stat.
Yes, it is. They have been unlucky in this game, Austria, but it's the one stat, and you can. I mean, I love quoting stats, to be honest with you, but you can take them either way round. That was a push.
Yeah,
that's a booking, surely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely.
Yeah.
It was quite aggressive push.
And in fact, nobody's been sent off yet, have they? Or have they?
I think there has been a red card.
Right.
I can't remember. Oh, yeah, there was a red card. France versus Belgium.
Oh, right. But, again, we've not been seeing much of that, have we?
No. To be honest, if you get a red card in the women's game, you're going to break. So it's like you're near enough breaking someone's leg. That's how bad it is.
Is that manager there really from what's he called, from Leeds in disguise?
Jesse Marsh.
Bielsa, that's it.
Oh, Bielsa, not Jesse Marsh.
Yes. Well, he was always sat like that, wasn't he? He was always sat there.
I tried to do it myself, but then I got tired, so I stopped after 45 seconds.
Oh, straight over everybody and straight out, unfortunately, for Austria. Yeah, I wonder if they managed to sell that bucket yet.
I remember when he come to Old Trafford and he was drinking from an Old Trafford cup and had a picture of the Man United badge on it. Oh,
dear. That was a weird decision taking on Jesse March. I've got to be honest with you.
It was something what they wanted to do for ages, and I presume it's more because the owners are American as well.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
No.
Watch it. I think it's on Disney or something like that, but if you've got a Fire Stick, you can search it, and it's about a club where the owner is getting divorced, so the wife takes it over from him from the divorce, and she just wants it to fail because it was his baby and he loves the club. So she takes on this American coach, Ted Lasso, and it is funny. I mean, it's not laugh out loud funny, but you look at it and you can just see an American trying to impose American training tactics on English soccer players. It's
I think Leeds are gone though.
Sorry?
I think they've gone from the Premier League though now.
Yes.
I'm a bit gutted because we're losing out on 6 points a season now.
It's like Nottingham Forest are up, so there's your 6 points back.
Maybe Fulham or Bournemouth, one of the two could help.
I tell you what, I was asked a few weeks ago, to do a prediction table. And it is so hard this early before the windows sort of close to sort of try and work out where everybody might be.
I'm going to do mine next week, probably. Just a week before, and
I am. Yes, I'm doing it that week before. Yeah, before it kicks.
I think the middle of the table is always the hardest. I'd say the top 4 is easy, and the bottom 4, 5 are easy, and then it's just the rest.
I think the top 4 is easy this season. Even the top 5, to be honest with you. And I'm not, joking about any clubs there. I just think it's the 5 that you think will be there. The bottom 4, I'm not sure about.
Well, I've already got my fixed on guaranteed top 2, bottom 2 anyway.
Fulham and Bournemouth, by any chance?
No, Fulham and Leeds.
I said I've got Leeds in the bottom 3. Yeah, definitely. And I can't put Bournemouth in the bottom 3 purely because they're a 10-minute bus ride from me here. So when we play them away, it's like a home game for me.
I'm debating more for me out of for the other spot. It's out of Bournemouth, Brentford, and another one for me is Everton.
I have it here as it happens. I was talking about it earlier. I have actually, in fairness, well, I don't want them to. I've got Leeds in 20th, Bournemouth in 19th, and Southampton in 18th.
That's another idea as well. Yeah. The only reason why I think Brentford is, when you look at them before Ericsson, there was literally near enough going to go into relegation, and knowing that they've lost that kind of energetic player, it's hard to get back.
Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, the goal scorer has gone off.
Yeah. Was an interesting move by Germany, to be honest.
Yeah. Going to be out of interest then, where did you put Man United?
I've put in 5th.
Oh. Don't hate me. You're
going to put us in like 6th to 7th, aren't you?
I've said, in fairness, 7th this season because it's a rebuild.
The only reason why I think 5th is because you look at, I think Spurs and Chelsea are going to be in that top 4. I think with Arsenal, you look at Arsenal have spent over £200 in 2 transfer windows, and I think in a kind of way, because they've got so many players, it's going to take a little bit of a while to adjust to how they're going to be. So I predicted them to finish 6th. And I think with West Ham, depending on what's going to happen with Aguero from the new signing, I think they could struggle defensively.
Yeah. I mean, I have got Man United as 7th, but in fairness, I have got Leicester as 8th. So I've not dropped you and said that we're suddenly going to, be top 4 or anything silly like that.
Yeah.
It's quite funny when I was doing that with Rodri Giggs, and I said, "Oh, I've got you as 7th," because somebody asked him, "Would they finish top 4?" and he said yes. But I said, "I've got you as 7th." And he said, "Oh yeah, you must have Leicester as 8th then." I went, "Yeah, I have actually." Yes.
That was a good guess.
Anyway, oh right, Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. There's a lot more competition for those top places now.
Yeah. I think a lot of I think Spurs is going to do well, but in the kind of respect, I think they're going to get off to a slow start with all the signings even they've got.
Yes.
Like a lot of people think they're going to have one of the best defenses in the league because of Perisic, but you look at Perisic, he's not even come to the league. Spencer's never played in the Premier League either, and
No.
I think the best player who they signed for the Premier League is obviously Bazuma because he's played there. But I think they will have adjustment issues for I'd say first 5 to 10 games of the season.
Yes, I mean when you make a lot of signings, it can take that.
You're seeing it with Lampard and Chelsea.
Yes.
I'm not comparing Conte to Lampard, by the way, just in case people are thinking why you're doing that. But it's still 2 big clubs, and no matter who the manager is, it could be a toll for the team.
Yeah, definitely. Germany are piling the pressure on at the moment, but Austria breaking away. Oh, that was a sandwich. 2 Germans on an Austrian there. We've been watching this while we've been talking. Austria aren't taking it sitting down, are they?
No, they're definitely coming out with a big fight. I think in a kind of way, Austria are doing better than what I thought they would have been.
Yes. Yeah. Welcome back, Charlotte. What did you have today? You've had fish all week. You've had lobster, sword, and crabs. Lobster, sword, fish, and crabs. Very posh, eh?
It's a shame for Charlotte. Her team's not winning.
Yes. Well, we know that. She's if she ever rings you up and says, "I've got a tip for you," just put the phone down. Yeah. There's what 25 minutes to go. Can you see Austria getting anything? I mean, I know at this point, yesterday you'd have probably said the same about England, but
anything's still technically possible at this point.
Yes.
They've made some good crosses. They've made some good shots. So if they continue to do that, there's no reason why they couldn't. But under the same breath, they need to do that a little bit more going forward as well, because you can have them shots. It's just about taking them effectively.
Yes, definitely. Welcome back, Helen.
Hey, Helen.
For the anchovies, I can't even say pheasant. Sorry, cheese and biscuits and coffee. Gosh.
Ooh, lemon sorbet.
Yes.
To be honest, I did have a vanilla sorbet with vodka on holiday.
You devil. You devil, you.
And at the end of the ice cream, I could taste the vodka. I feel bad.
Sorry, that Germany, that was a breakaway from Germany, but the ball went over the bar. Sounds a bit like you on holiday. But she was... I think she was offside anyway.
To be fair, me on holiday is like how that ball went for Germany on the bend.
I'm not saying anything to that. I am not.
You weren't expecting that one.
No. Do you know that this is almost exciting as thinking like who's going to win the football is like what Charlotte had for had for dinner. But Charlotte, we know what you have really, really had, don't we?
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
You see, that's what she has really. A tin of the old Heinz spicy meatballs. Don't forget to subscribe over on Maisy's channel, Devils United TV. It's a really good channel. And if you're watching and you haven't already, please do subscribe to Leicester Till I Die TV. And if you are subscribed, please also give a like, because it does help the channels, whichever channel you're watching at the time. If you do give it a like, it does help with the YouTube algorithms, apparently. I used to have a cream for that. But
looks like Austria's making a sub.
Is that for Germany or Austria?
Austria.
Yeah, you always got to be careful when Germany make a sub. You don't know what
They've got great players on the bench, to be fairly honest. So.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that was a very stereotypical German joke there. I shouldn't.
The thing is, as well, with Austria, they're making a defensive sub.
I know. Would you not have? Like I say, this to me, 20 minutes left now. Go for it.
I look at it though as well, because their left back is on a yellow card, so I wonder if that's the reason why they're putting on the left back. But
yeah, that would make sense. But
I still go all in.
You got to, you know. I mean, Helen, how's the game been? Is Germany good for semis? They hit Austria on the break, didn't they, Maisy? And they've just held on since then. They've done what Germany do, I think.
He is scary, that devil.
I mean, when you look at the game, what game was it? I think against the Netherlands when they played their last group game. I'm just seeing who that was against.
No, it wasn't Portugal. It was Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah. I mean, they went 1-0 up because we were watching the Sweden games. Oh, Germany again. I mean, Austria have hit the bar and the post a couple of times, but Germany, you just can't let Germany have a shot. That was, I don't think the goalkeeper would have got that.
Yeah,
it was very close as well. I think by the look of it. Let's have a look here. Oh, you can't see. But yeah, it was Netherlands went 1-0 up, and then Sweden pulled it back to 1-1, and then it was just chaos in the last 10 minutes, wasn't it? 3 goals to the Netherlands. I think they had 1 chalked off as well. But Austria, maybe I wasn't far wrong with my 1-0.
I was watching the Sweden game versus Portugal.
Well, I started to watch the Sweden game with Craig, but it was like Sweden just kept scoring. You know, like I say, the Portuguese defending was awful, and I said, right, I'm going to go. We swapped over at half time, and at half time we watched the Switzerland Netherlands game, which was a great ending. That's why, you know, as Charlotte would say, it's not over till it's over. So
Germany have a corner anyway.
Yeah. I love the fact, you know, the goalkeepers, they're the people that run around the least on the pitch.
Yeah.
But every time they concede a goal, they've got to go and have a drink.
I know.
Except, you know, just I said, why? Yeah. I want to find the goalkeeper and ask why. Just in case, let's just see this corner taken first of all. Oh, if the linesman gets out of the way, the referee's having words with somebody. She's not happy about. Oh, she's calling 2 of them over.
Good defending. It's not cleared though.
It's a short corner. Ooh. Still got it. Oh, it took. Oh, handbags. Get your handbags out. That was a bit handbags at dawn there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was good defending in the end, but I think they could have done better with the clearance, Austria.
Yes. But it took two of them to get it off the German, in fairness.
Yeah, they're quite strong, the Germans.
Yes. And then they started having a go at each other. Oh, the tackles are going in now. Now it's getting interesting. Because I wouldn't say we've really seen a dirty game, have we?
We haven't.
No, James, it's still 1-0. Welcome back. But Austria have hit the post a couple of times. Germany have come close. But I wish I'd put a tenner on the 1-0 scoreline now.
Well, I've got 2-0 to Germany.
Well, wow. One of us want the game over for different reasons. I want it over quickly. You want it about 10 minutes injury time.
I want Austria to score 2 goals in so many minutes for the last 15 minutes. So, just funny.
I was going to say any Leicester fans that are watching on Thursday, and hopefully there's a few. Next Thursday, so it's Thursday today, so a week today, we've got Jordan Blackwell, who's the chief reporter for the Leicester Mercury and Leicestershire Live. He'll be coming on to do a Q&A session with us. So if you've got any transfer questions or any questions about the club that you want to ask him, I say the chief reporter for the Leicester Mercury and Leicestershire Live will be with us live from 7 o'clock.
That's great. That's a brilliant person to have on.
It is, to be honest with you. I thought, you know, when you sort of you message these people, don't you? And you don't hear back. And the most exciting thing there was the fact that the German striker was doing somersaults in the goal. It was unlucky. A long shot here. Oh, she didn't hold it. She did not hold it, the Austrian keeper. But the whistle's gone for some reason. They like to punch, don't they, the goalkeepers in this tournament? I've noticed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the thing is with punching, it's not always a good idea.
No.
You see so many times where a goalkeeper's punched it and it's caused the goal because of the deflection.
But sometimes that's like they're just showing the replay there. I get that, she's palmed that one out, but sometimes you're thinking, why aren't you catching it? But
no, I think exactly. Especially when you know it's catchable.
Yeah. Oh, it's hit the goal again! It's hit the bar again! Oh my God! I mean, if this was a game of what do they call it? Hit the bar or whatever they call it, it would be. I don't know who would win it. What a shot that was, wasn't it?
It was a great shot again from Germany.
Yeah.
I think they are trying to get that bit of a cushion now. It's going for a few minutes, the last 15 minutes, because they know that Austria has picked up a bit. So I think there's getting that a little bit of worry from Germany.
Yes. I think exactly the same. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
What's Casper? Is he a punching kind of goalkeeper or what?
Who's that? Casper?
Yeah.
He's a vampire type of goalkeeper. He's scared of crosses.
Not like his dad then.
Well, to be honest with you, he's a great shot stopper. But last season, with just the problems we had with defence and everything, he wasn't sort of his best season, if you like.
No, he is a terrific goalkeeper, though.
He is. I must admit,
in the league.
I must admit, I'd be happy for him to go this season and move everybody up one.
Do you remember the links for Man United?
Yes. I don't think you'd have him now, though, would you?
No. We are looking for a goalkeeper, but for third choice.
Yes. Yeah. Chris, I'm on the 79th minute. I think Maisy's probably on the 80th minute.
I'm on the 79th minute, Nurulaf on the 80th.
Yeah, well, I'm just on 79 and 35, something like that.
I'm on 82, 80.07.
I'm going to nick a beer from Mother's bar. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Half of it will go to Heathcliff. That's a dog, by the way, not a butler. That goal of the tournament. Yeah, it could. Well, I don't know. I mean, the one last night from Stanway.
That one for Netherlands versus Portugal, Van der Donk's goal was
that was a good one. Yes. No one beats Alisson. Well, unless you call Jamie Vardy. You know, I think he does a few times. Just wow. So 10 minutes to go. Austria. Puntingham is off. I can't say player out. It doesn't make sense at all. So Puntingham's off, and Hubinger, I think it is. Hubinger is on. Number 14. 10 minutes to go, Austria. Come on, you've just got to make something count now.
They've made the choose, so hopefully it'll pay off for them.
I think it's probably Germany, in fairness, not letting them get the ball out. You know, the Germans will go out to make a sub as well. But I mean, again, it's still 65% to the Germans, and you know, as much as the Austrians are trying to get it out, the Germans are keeping it in their half, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're doing very well to pick up the possession quite quickly off Austria. I think Austria, in a way, now they're kind of rushing.
Yes.
That was a poor miss by Germany.
Well, James, you see, that's what happens when in Merseyside, the electricity, everything's slower up there, isn't it? I jest. Feels a bit like Austria run out of steam.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that they're rushing a little bit to think, wow, I've only got 10 minutes left on the clock to try and get something.
Yeah. But I don't, maybe I'm being again a little bit too, Nick Nat says, will they lose that miss? Well, we will see. Will Austria be? She should have done better with that. The 19 for Germany, shouldn't she?
Yeah, she really should have.
Yeah, that's going to haunt her. Certainly is.
Especially if they equalise as well.
Yeah. I'm just going to put my commentator's head on here and see if I've got a bit of useless information for you. 22 degrees there at the moment, and cloudy apparently.
Oh, so you've been the weather person now?
Oh, yes. My weather predictions, I did the weather the other night on my news show and I went, it's hot. And that was the weather.
Well, I don't know. Was you in the red weather thing?
Was I in the what?
The red thing for hotness.
No, in fairness, we weren't. We were just below.
I was, and it got to 41 degrees on Monday.
Wow. Yeah, but you're just not used to it in Manchester. You're thinking, what's this big yellow thing in the sky? You think UFOs are coming, don't you?
Well, we're used to rain too much, which I'm glad it's happened today.
This is it. You've all gone brown, but usually it's because it's rust. It is actually sun.
You can tell you've actually been on holiday if you're brown.
John Ketley. Oh, I am John Ketley, Ravi. Do you remember that? Oh, you won't remember that song, John Ketley is the weatherman. Yes, okay, I'll shut up. But have you seen Dan?
No.
Dan, look at the show I did with him earlier in the week. He's got we did a prediction show like you did for the and he's got I was pulling her back. He's got a vest on, but he's ginger and he's been out in the sun, so it's kind of you've got to blame yourself. But he literally is white to where his shirt was, and then he's brown. Literally.
Oh, so he's brown, so he's not even red. That's
No, he has actually gone brown.
I thought you was going to say you look like a drumstick, Lola.
No. Please don't ask what other white bits were. I didn't see that.
I don't want to know.
I see. Ravi remembers the song. John Ketley is a weatherman. I don't know if that's how it went, but
I have no clue.
you're
Austria
too
again
young.
made another sub.
You are too young.
Yeah, I hope I look it too.
Oh, it was released. Oh, it was released by Charlotte's band, A Tribe of Toffs.
On what year?
I don't ask. You're only going to say, I wasn't born then.
You don't know. You never know what year I was born.
I know how old you are.
I suppose you only have to do the maths then. It's easy to work out.
It got up to number 21 in the charts. The novelty song is a tribute to British weatherman John Ketley. The Sunderland group, A Tribe of Toffs, 1988. Go on, say it. Say it, go on. Go on, you know you want to. My finger is hovering.
It's 12 years older than me.
Shut up in your face.
I knew. Yeah, I knew it. Thank you. Be nice to your elders.
I respect who respects me. Elders or youngers.
Oh, well, I've got no chance then, have I?
You behave. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I love this new toy I found on here now.
I think it's going to stay as it is in terms of the game now.
Yes, I mean, we're down to the last 4 minutes. There's not been many stoppages, has there?
No, not at all.
No. Oh, Renee says you're 35.
No, Lenny, I'm not.
And then he said 25.
Still not.
Ravi says you have a baby face.
A lot of people say that.
Yes.
Not too sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I'm sure when you get older it'll be a good thing, but now it probably isn't. Because I imagine that you are age checked
all the time. Even for scratch cards.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, so we're down. We're into the last 4 minutes. And Austria have just taken the Germans down. The Germans are going to love that. They're going to take that. They're going to take that every day. I mean, why did she do that? She pushed her in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. This is the first time she can get up the German. It was literally just an arm across the back like that. But all it's done is play into the Austrians' hands. Oh, look, they've got a shirt like Arsenal. No wonder they're losing.
Arsenal fans in the chat, mute the chat, mute it if you've heard.
Yes. Ravi says people say I don't look my age. I'm in my late 30s. I know. I mean, people say that to me. They look at me and they go, "What? You're 40? Really?"
Oh, it's 2-0 for Germany.
Really?
Yes.
This must be because the balls just end up at the space station again. Oh, is this going to be another stupid goalkeeper error? Oh, it is!
Very
oh,
cool.
My God. You are joking me.
They're definitely through now.
What a time to do a
concede.
stupid mistake like that.
Well, I don't believe it.
And I've got to follow it with this.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
What a stupid! I mean, She can't believe a look, the German, can she?
She's scored in every single game now.
I mean, the goalkeeper's not rushing for the ball. Some poor defender is. I mean, what? See,
She's going to beat herself up massively.
Yeah. This is why I don't like playing out from the back. Because you just... my words fail me. Yeah, she looks like she's about to burst into tears, the Austrian goalkeeper. But I'm sorry, you were just asking, I mean... 3 minutes...
asking for trouble.
Yeah, 3 minutes added on. I mean, the defender was taking the shot, the goal kick, so you think she must be booting it. But no, then she just passes it left to the goalkeeper.
Exactly.
I've seen that a lot this tournament where when the goalkeeper's taking the ball, there's two defenders either side of her at the edge of the first box.
You do feel sorry for Austria in a way, but it's some individual errors what's really cost them.
Yes. It has. I can't say that Austria, deserve anything from this game. Could you?
No, not at all. Because when you're in knockout football like that and playing against one of the best teams in the Euros, you've got to be switched on. And then 2 times where they haven't been switched on, it's cost them. And a team like Germany, they will come back to haunt you if you're not careful.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, you see, the Nick Nat says it's a good job I didn't put that tenor on. Maisy's called it right. Come on, Germany.
I called it completely right, actually.
Get a third, Germany. Come on, get a third.
What? Why? Just so I'm not right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. It was bad enough. Kate, Dan's partner, beating me in the prediction league. It was bad enough. Charlotte says goalie made both goals. 1 foot in the grave. Yes, it was 1 foot in the grave. Feel sorry for the goalie. At this level, and I don't care whether it's women's, men's, under 17, under 23, whatever. At this level, you shouldn't be making mistakes like that, should you?
No, not at all. They should be doing a whole lot more better. And knowing who you're playing against as well. You can have them little bit of opportunities when you're playing against like Finland or Northern Ireland. But when you're playing against the likes of Germany, you've got to be switched on at all times.
Yes.
And maybe not even the game plan didn't exactly help him either, just to go out defensively.
Yeah. Oh, the 2 players are down. An Austrian striker and the German goalkeeper. What happened here? It's a collision. Oh, yeah, they did go into each other. Austria looked good. Germany looked the real deal. They do. Somebody's getting she's getting a booking for troubles.
Wasting the time for Germany, putting some subs on.
Yeah. I think they not have the time on now, though.
Yeah, but it's literally going to be ended in a minute. There's no point putting a sub on, is there? It's just a time waste, isn't it?
And to be honest, it breaks the game up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what England did. We brought 2 on after 116 minutes yesterday, didn't we?
Paris and Scott.
Exactly, yeah. Nick Nat says, I think Austria deserved a goal or 2. Because I wonder if that Huth is relegated to Robbie at all. Robert. They did this, but that is the case of taking your chances. You could say Austria have hit the post of the bar a couple of times. I think Germany have as well. So it evens out. And if you don't take your chances, that's what can happen.
Exactly. I completely agree. The game's finished now anyway, and it's finished 2-0. So, Chris, I am right.
That's all I can say.
What can I say? I'm the prediction queen.
Well, yeah, give it you there, although you did need a bit of help from Austria to do it, but there you go. It doesn't matter. David says England would not have beaten Germany in the semi.
It's a tough one. I think both are absolutely superb, and I think it's about whose midfield was better on the day. I think England has played Germany before in the Arnold Clark Cup, and beaten 3-1, so it is possible. But the way Germany is playing, I think they are our strongest competitors.
They're in the knockout stages, so every game's not going to be easy. But if you looked at that, you wouldn't say there was such a big gap between those two teams that there is. But I think the right team, and it pains me to say this, but I do think the right team won.
Yeah, I agree. I really do think so. I think Austria, they had them times where they played well, but they wasn't clinical enough. They lost concentration at times. There was quite sloppy, some individual errors, and that's just what's completely cost them.
Yes, yeah. Cheers, Nick Knack. And don't forget, if you've not done it already, get over to Maisy's channel, Devils United TV, and give her a sub. And, of course, sub to myself if you haven't done already. Ras, well done, Germany. Austria goalie, keep your head up. It happens. At the end of the day, they've made the last 2 Euros. They got to the semis and the quarters, so it's no mean feat. James says, well, I was 1 goal off from getting my prediction right. Overall job done from Germany. Austria did make it a tough game. They did, in fairness. Main voted African Football of the Year. Decent game, entertaining watch-along. Thank you very much, Ravi. Cheers, Chris and Maisy. Big up to you both. See you all soon. Yeah, thank you very much. And James, thanks for doing your modding bit tonight. I really do appreciate it. I think so. We've got 2 semi-finalists now, England and Germany. It has got a ringer to it, that, hasn't it? England versus Germany final.
Because we've heard it a lot.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think the 2 right teams have gone through. Well, would Spain, did you think Spain could have deserved to have gone through?
No.
You don't? No. Short one-word answer then, nope.
No. That's not me being obviously a biased United fan. I mean, biased England fan. It's the point of how the game management, once they scored, it was very comfortable. You can't be like that. Yeah.
Ravi says, yeah, get over to Devils United. Maisy has you covered on all things men and women's football. She does. Great channel, covers a lot, not just United. So I'm prediction king. I got the score right. Did you?
Yeah, I said 1 or 2-0. You said 2 scores.
I'm not sure I don't know that I've written you down. I can't even read my own writing. That's how bad it's been tonight.
Well, call me prediction queen anyway.
You got it right.
I've got the highest predictions as well on Richie's channel. So the both predictions right. So I'm on fire. I'm doing the best of my predictions for the Euros.
What was that one? There was one woman there. She got a hand up the teammate's shirt in the huddle, and then was trying to tuck her shirt. I don't know what she was doing there. But yeah, as you see there, England, Germany, Sweden, Belgium tomorrow. I'd like to see Belgium do it, but I think it is going to be Sweden, isn't it?
Yeah, Sweden's going to batter them. If they play how they did against Italy, they'll get battered.
Yeah. And then France versus, I forgot who it is now. Who are France?
Netherlands.
France, Netherlands. That's going to be, for me, the quarterfinal of the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a very, very tough game. I predicted 2-1 for the Netherlands. I think it's going to be tight.
Really? No.
Yeah, but the thing is, with France now, they've lost their goal scorer, Kakako, on an ACL. So, and I think since they've lost her, they haven't been the same France, in my opinion.
No, the first game. I mean, the first half of the first game, they were like, yeah, it was wonderful to watch. But I don't know. I've got a sneaky feeling for France, but we will see. Maisy, thank you so very much. Raz says here, you two are wonderful. Well, I must admit, I am. I'm not sure about Maisy, you know, in a Norwich shirt there. You know I jest. Ravi says, I think Sweden will beat England if they both play. And Rennie says, bye, take care of yourself. Great stream, Chris and Maisy. Thank you very much, Rennie. Thank you very much. Maisy, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for coming on. I've put it in the description below. I've mentioned it a few times, but just give a shout out to your channel. It's a great channel, lots of diversity with the things that you cover.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Chris. It's been a great game to commentate on, and it's been a good catch up to talk. Also, my YouTube channel is Devils United, Manchester United content for both the men and the women's football, and plus my Twitter is at 2_ MUSC Maze.
That's two. Fireworks are going off here, and it's not because Germany won. It's because it's Thursday evening in Poole, and for 4 weeks in July we do it every Thursday. So and that's the fireworks, nothing else. Thank you so much, Maisy. Take care, and if you've got time to stay on, I've got a quick question. If not, I can send you a message.
No, I'll stay on.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Moment.
Oops, and I've done that again. If Anthony was here, he'd be telling me off for doing that. Let me try and get it the right way around. There we go. Thanks to Maisy. Like I say, please get over and give us support. Great channel. And thank you to those that have subscribed during the show. Please do, if you haven't yet already, to my channel as well, Leicester Till I Die TV. And please smash the likes. Whenever you watch any video by any content creator, please smash the likes, because it really does help them and their efforts. This is what this has happened. Well, England, Spain, there we go. Germany, Austria, the result. I've still got to put the result up. We know what's happened tonight. Sweden, Belgium tomorrow, and France, Netherlands will be on Saturday night. And then it's the semis. It's the semis next week. Last few comments. David, take care, everyone. Thank you very much, David. Thanks for popping in. And Ravi, Maisy in a Norwich shirt, thought so. I think she's sticking her tongue out at you there. Thanks so much, everybody. Please take care, stay safe. I will see you tomorrow night at 7:45 for the next quarter final. Remember what I always say: take care, be safe, but do not do anything that I wouldn't enjoy. Thanks so much. Now, take care. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye, and see you next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
Cool. I'm out of here. Ooh, that's a wrap.